Okay, it's Sunday, which means against my better judgment, it's time to go to Reddit and see what we can find in this hive of scum and villainy. So I've been to the Overwatch University subreddit ahead of time and just scraped all the questions off the first cold page, and we're going to answer them now while some footage of Overwatch plays in the background. I know, usually it was fighting game playing in the background, but no can do. Controller, no work. So, no fighting games. Unfortunately, in this video about Overwatch, we'll have to acknowledge the fact Overwatch exists. I know, I try to avoid it as much as possible as well. So first, starting with the questions that we got in the Discord. Between all the mobility nerfs, Doomfist has been really pigeonholed into a very punch-spammy playstyle in order to be effective, leaving combos and rollouts largely in the dust. I don't know your personal feelings towards Doomfist, but do you prefer Doomfist when he was more about combos and rollouts, or do you prefer the more punch-reliant Doomfist as he exists now? My stance on Doomfist is that we should delete him from the game. I do not like him on a fundamental design level, and I think that he will be impossible to balance properly. I don't think that we will ever reach a point where people are happy with Doomfist. So, to answer your question, though, I prefer Doomfist as he is now, because he's just less terribly overbearing to play against. Doomfist, before his recent nerfs, was absolutely fucking oppressive to a ridiculous level. If you were certain characters, you just hoped the Doomfist was bad, or multiple people had to help you survive the Doomfist, to speak nothing of actually killing the Doomfist. So, as it stands, I don't like him at all. I think we should just take him out of the game. But I much prefer the playstyle he has now, because he's less just ridiculous to play against, particularly for support players, Ana typically being the one most terrorized by his existence. Though Zenyatta also, if for some reason you decided to play Zenyatta in 2020, oh, fuck, that's an iffy choice to make, brother. Next up is... I often find myself frustrated or depressed by the current state of the heroes I play, specifically Bastion, Doomfist, Sigma, and Hog, because they either feel too weak, things I have found fun about them have been diluted and removed, or both. I can't really just stop playing them because I have a YouTube channel based around it, and I hate the feeling of getting rusty or whatever. Plus, I'm still really trying to get out of Plat after almost 3 years. What recommendations do you have for things I could do to at least help alleviate some of these issues I'm having? Like, play a different hero if you're being frustrated with the ones you're playing? I mean, there's nothing you can really do about the hero themselves, right? Like, if you think they're too weak, or the things you enjoyed about them have been taken away, there's nothing that you can do about that, really, unless you're gonna, hold Jeff hostage, and then just force him to change the game. But Jeff is a creature of immeasurable power, so I wouldn't really recommend the attempt, to be honest with you. And, what can you do? Well, what are your choices on the matter? Either play them and continue to be frustrated by their current state as they exist, or just play a different hero. Those are kind of your only two choices in the matter, really, because what else can you do, You can't change the hero, so all you can do is change the hero you're playing, really, if you're unhappy with them. At least just, try a different hero, break it up a little bit, I guess. There's not a lot you can do about it. I mean, that's the thing with, this kind of game that gets continually updated, is sooner or later, the heroes that you enjoy are gonna go down, There's always the up period and the down period. Particularly with Blizzard, they like to adopt a very take-turns method of balance across, all of their games. Alright, it is your turn to be ridiculous. Alright, that's enough of that. Get down in the fucking dirt! Alright, now it's your turn to be overpowered. A month later, alright, into the dirt you go. Crash, bash, bash, bash. Sometimes you get to have an extended period. There was the period right after Mercy's rework, the good old-fashioned Moth meta, where Mercy was extremely annoying to play against, and pretty much dominated the game, and she got to stay that way for like half a fucking year. So, you know, if you played Mercy, that was a great time for you. But like, usually you get like a month or two, and then it's over, really, with Blizzard. But yeah, that's kind of it. Like, what can you do other than muscle through it or change? It sucks, but that's kind of all I got for you, to be honest. It's not really something that has an easy fix to it. Unfortunate, but that's just how it goes with, like, this kind of, like, hero-based game, unfortunately. MOBAs go through the same thing, you know, where the character that you like, inevitably, is gonna get nerfed. It's just how it is. So, sorry, but, no, I don't really have any advice on how to deal with it, other than play a different hero. So now, the Discord over to Reddit we go. First up, is it worth sacrificing the chat for my sanity? Yeah. It's a DPS player in Silver who gets shit-talked a lot. Like, so, I've said this many times previously, right? Chat's not as important as people say it is, because communication is a skill. And most Overwatch players lack that skill. So, what do you get? Just first off, text chat can be sacrificed freely. Just zero loss on sacrificing your text chat, because you can turn it off, by the way. You lose nothing on that one, because people do not communicate in text chat. If communication does happen, it happens in voice chat. It does not happen in text chat. Text chat exists purely for both teams to shit-talk each other, and shit-talk their own teams. Because the guy that wants to shit-talk, they don't always like to do it in voice, do they? You know, someone might say something I don't want to hear. Better do it in the text chat, right? You see, you can freely sacrifice text chat. You will lose nothing from doing that, definitely. But here's the thing with voice chat. Communication's a skill. Overwatch players, they don't have this skill. What happens in voice chat 99% of the time? Nothing. People going, he's won, he's won, he's won, he's won, he's won. When the person who is won is like 12 behind 12 walls and 15 men, you know, like, you know, but hey, Tracer did get that guy low. If somebody could like somehow teleport into their spawn to finish them off, that'd be great, you know. Or irrelevant information, you know, like I have my ult. Well, I pushed tab and I gained that exact information, and I didn't have to hear your nasally voice too close to the microphone. You know, you don't gain anything most of the time out of voice chat because people lack the skill to communicate properly. And particularly in lower SR, like this guy was in Silver. Dog, if they're in Silver, they don't know how to communicate. If they did know how to communicate, maybe they wouldn't be in Silver, right? Like, that might be the thing that got them out. They don't know how to communicate in Silver. Don't worry, don't bother. Yeah, like, the point I would say it becomes a serious consideration for voice chat is Diamond. But that's the point it starts, right? First off, right, got to Masters, hooray, playing Reinhardt, ooh, that's a pretty teamwork-orientated hero right there. Guess what I did? I never talked to another human being. Isn't that a terrifying thought? Someone climbed to a high SR bracket, never using any form of communication, other than to obviously argue with people, because that's what I live for. I fucking love to argue with people, and that's all I did. You know, this is how why I can vouch for text chat being completely free to get rid of. That's where I live, brother. Anyway, so don't worry about it. You don't need it. And believe me, you know, I said this once before as well, just do me a favor, just like spend a week playing the game and just turn it all off. Turn off the text chat. Don't join the voice chat. Just don't interact with it. And tell me that that isn't an extremely freeing experience. Because it is. And, you know, people get tilted if they see you're not in the voice chat, right? Here's how you get around that issue. You set it to join the voice chat automatically, but you set the voice chat volume to 0. Easy peasy. They think you're in there, and that's all they care about. They don't care if you're actually listening or communicate or anything. All that matters to most people is that they push that party button, and they see 6 people are in voice chat. That's all they care about. They don't care if anybody says a single fucking word. They just care that there's people in voice chat. So, yes, get rid of it. It's not worth it. So next up, how big is the skill gap between platforms? There is no actual skill gap between the platforms. People who are smarter than me have said this as well. Like, the game on console is slower just because of the time requirement in aiming, right? Aiming is just never going to be as fluid on console as it is on PC. So as a result, the game is slightly slower. But there is no actual skill gap between the players. If you are a high-level player on console, you are a high-level player on PC also. And if you are a high-level player on PC, you are a high-level player on console. Because the things that actually matter translate one-to-one, right? Like good positioning, ability usage, alt execution. All of these things are input method independent, right? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're using a controller or a keyboard. The things that are actually important about the video game are not that mechanically sensitive. So, it doesn't matter. No skill gap exists. There'll be an adjustment period, probably, when you switch from one platform to the other. I would be surprised if a console player started playing on PC and immediately played at the exact same level. But it would not be long. It would be like a few games tops before they got used to it, and then at that point, it's all gone. It's all good. Because the things that matter, doesn't matter what platform you're playing on. They translate one-to-one. So, there's actually no skill gap. Anybody that tells you otherwise is a fucking PC Master Race snob, essentially. Because you don't hear this from console players, right? The console players are never the ones really complaining about it, right? They're never the ones that are like, oh god, can't go and play on PC because I'm such a fucking scrub from playing on console, right? Sometimes that happens. But what the people this thing comes from, oh, there's a massive skill gap between console and PC. The people that comes from is PC players. And PC players are the most obnoxious fucking people on the planet, bar none. PC players are the absolute worst human beings in existence, right? There's that joke, how do you know someone is a vegan? They'll tell you, right? That is so much worse for fucking PC players. Jesus Christ, they're the most overbearing people in existence, and they complain about the most ridiculous, asinine bullshit I've ever heard in my entire life. You know that fucking card game Riot Games made, Legends of Runeterra, based on League of Legends, right? You know that? That wasn't running at 60 FPS when they launched that game, and the community was fucking livid. Oh god, it's not running at 60 FPS. It's a fucking card game! You fucking assholes! What is wrong with you, you motherfuckers? It's a card game! Oh god, my inputs! Oh no! However am I gonna deal with this slight input delay of microseconds in a card game? Oh no! Well, it's a visual fidelity thing. No, it's not. It's not really, right? Like, the thing with having a higher FPS is the input factor, right? This is why fighting games, if they don't run at 60 FPS, there's a dire fucking issue there, right? And it's not because of visual fidelity, it's because of input, right? So if you're complaining about 60 FPS because of its visuals, you're a dumbass. You're a fucking asshole. You're a fucking motherfucker, right? If you're playing a card game, if you're playing a motherfucking collectible card game, it does not need to run at 60 FPS. We don't need to fucking burn down the offices because the card game doesn't run at 60 FPS. I was so fucking mad. Oh my god, I hate PC gamers so much. He said, being a PC gamer. God, they're insufferable people, though. Jesus Christ, that game's over. Hold on, let me get another game. I had multiples ready. Let's go. Here we go. God damn, I hate PC gamers. Anyway, with that out of the way, are you gonna play? Oh, okay. You said you had the loading icon, but you were just paused, of course. So, next up is, should we be reporting people purposefully deranking in comp? Why would we not? It's gameplay sabotage. They're throwing the game. I didn't understand this question. Yes, we should report people who are purposefully deranking. They are throwing games. It's that simple. They're throwing. Why would we not? Anyway, whatever. Next up, should I swap off of a hero I'm trying to get better at if I'm not doing well in order to win the game? How are you going to get better at the hero? Just, you know, that's just one for you right there, right? Like, how are you going to get better? Because people are hypocrites about this, right? Because people tell you, like, they'll tell you if you want to get better at a hero, you just have to play the hero. But then they say if you start losing, you should change off of that hero. Well, how are you going to get better at the hero? You're not going to pick up the hero and be amazing at the hero. When you're playing a hero you don't know how to play, you're going to be losing. That's how it's going to be, right? You're going to lose some games because you're playing a hero you don't know how to play, but you want to know how to play. This will result in you doing poorly. But that is an important part of learning, doing poorly. So if you're trying to learn a hero, but and then you just change off them as soon as you start doing badly, you learn nothing, right? This is an extremely short-term gains mindset to have, right? I don't want to lose right now, so I'm going to change off of this hero. Long-term, that does nothing, right? You've gained no skill on that hero. And because, I mean, you learn more from doing badly to begin with, right? A mistake always teaches you more than a success. But, like, you need to know how to play a hero in a bad situation, because you're not, unfortunately, you're not always going to be playing from a position of power. You're going to be playing from the losing side in probably half the games you play, right? Because that's kind of how these things go. So you need that practice. You need practice in playing the hero in bad situations so you know what to do when you're in a bad situation. So, no, don't change off the hero you want to know how to play. You are learning how to play when things start going badly. Stick to the hero. You need to learn. And you don't learn by not playing the hero, right? And I saw people in the thread that were like, I was happy to see this, right? There were a few people who were like, only in quick play. If you're in comp, change. And then multiple people actually went, you don't learn shit in quick play. I was happy to see this. People were like, finally, Reddit had something, was sensible to an extent, where they were like, quick play is such a different game, nobody is playing to win over there, and like, you're just gonna pick up a ton of bad habits if you practice in quick play. If you want to seriously learn how to play somebody, you have to play them in competitive. Which is true, you do. And no, you still shouldn't change off of them in competitive, right? You should still just stay on the hero, because how will you ever learn if you switch off the hero as soon as things start going badly? You never will, and you will never improve at the hero. You have to suffer through that period of losing, you know, unfortunate. And it might be a really long period as well, right? Like, it might be a really terribly long period of learning. Because, I mean, first off, partly it's just going to be you, right? Some people just naturally learn slower than other people. There's nothing wrong with that, that's just how people are. And the hero you're trying to learn how to play might be a hard hero to play, right? So you might be a slow learner learning how to play Widowmaker. Oh, that's going to be a really nightmarishly long experience for you, right? Like, and you know, there's nothing wrong with that, right? Like, that's just how it's going to have to be for some people. It's how you are. But, like, it's gonna suck, brother. You're not gonna like it, and it's gonna feel really bad, and it might feel really bad for a long time. But you have to go through that period, because if you want to learn how to play them, you have to play them. I'm sorry. There's no sidestepping this matter. So there you go. And so next up, and this is the last question for this week. It's a little bit shorter this week. There weren't really, like, not many questions that were worth talking about, to be honest with you. I feel like I say that, like, every week, though. So last is, what makes Ana so good? Specifically, the person was like, I hear people say Ana's a good carry support, but they never actually elaborate on that. Why is it that Ana's such a good carry support? Ana has a lot of, like, methods of input with the game is a big one, right? Like, the more ways you have of interacting with the game, the more ways that you can carry it, right? Like, Mercy, you can carry a game as Mercy, but you just have less ways of doing it because Mercy has just less ways of interaction, right? You have heal, you have damage boost, you have pistol. That's it, right? Like, those are the ways that Mercy interacts with the game. Ana has shoot your mens, shoot bad mens, sleep mans, anti-heal mans, heal your big heal your mans, right? And then she has nano boost somebody to save them, nano boost somebody so they can carry. Ana just has more methods of interaction with the game than Mercy, just through her skill set, right? But then, the things that Ana has in her skill set, utility-wise, are really fucking good, also. The big one, people sleep on this, right? Not the sleep dart, though. People sleep on that one, obviously, right? But people sleep on this. Ana's bio grenade is the most overpowered basic ability in the entire game. Bar none. Like, it's absolutely disgusting how good Bio Grenade is as an ability. It is ridiculous. It has a pretty good cooldown, right? It's not incredibly short. It's no 6-second cooldown, but it's also no, like, 30-second cooldown, right? It has an average cooldown, but it has insane utility. The ability to make it so someone flatly can't be healed is insane. And it's AoE, right? It's not just one person, it's AoE. Because of the way this game is, time to kill in Overwatch is extraordinarily low because there's a lot of burst damage. And there's also a lot of burst healing to compensate for this matter, right? Healing and damage in Overwatch are both extremely high. I think they're both too high. I would prefer they were both lower, but they're both very high, for better or worse. So the ability to just completely stop that burst healing is insane. Ana is one of the big reasons that Zenyatta is not a very good hero, purely because one of her basic abilities counters his ultimate completely. Right? So, it's insane. If you can't be healed in Overwatch, that's absolute disaster, and it usually results in your death. Is being made purple by Ana just not one of the worst experiences you can have as a human being? Does it not just rock you to the very bedrock foundation of your soul, right? Oh god, the bio grenade hit me. Doesn't it just, your whole body just immediately sinks into the ground? And that's not all, though, because it's AoE, and it puts the healing buff on your mans as well. If you hit your, like, Reinhardt's, they're gonna clash off each other because they countercharge each other. If you get your grenade in there first as Ana, you won the team fight. Not always, but 9 times out of 10 you won that team fight. Because their main tank can't be healed and yours is receiving more healing. It's insane. It's out of control. And sometimes you throw that bio grenade into that team and you hit like 4 fucking people with it, brother. And that's just fucking free as hell right there. Fuck. 66% of their team can receive 0 healing right now. Oh god. It's insane. It completely shuts down certain ultimates as well, right? Transcendence, gone. Coalescence, extremely less valuable. Nano Boost, significantly less value. Because they can't get healed. Bio Grenade's insane. Bio Grenade is a disgustingly overpowered ability. So, that's the big one with Ana, right? But then she has the other things as well. She can shoot the bad mans, and she can kill a DPS in 3 hits. As long as they're not a 250 health hero. So she can kill Mercy and Pharah and Echo in 3 shots. Bam. Easy. Right? And she can, like, defend herself as a result of this as well, right? Like, if somebody tries to jump on you and kill you, a Genji or a Tracer come on you, buy a grenade. They lost half their health. Now you've only got to shoot them once, and they're either dead or they're running away. So Ana has, like, pretty decent survivability as far as supports go, as well as the sleep grenade as well, or the sleep grenade. That would be crazy. The sleep dart on top of that. So, that's cool. She can contribute damage, she can shut down some of the sticking point heroes in the games, i.e. Pharah, Echo, right? Flying heroes, oh, they're a problem for people sometimes. As well as just being able to contribute to killing other people that are out of position as well, just because, hey, I'm a long-range hero and I can kill a DPS in 3 shots. Sleep Dart is a good utility. It's not, like, I think Sleep Dart is pretty balanced as far as it goes, because it's an extremely hard-to-hit ability. But, if you hit them, they're probably dead, as long as they got slept in a bad position, right? Like, they're probably dead, and as long as nobody did anything stupid. This also shuts down ultimates entirely. If it's a channeled ultimate, completely done. If it's Bob, completely done, as long as no one wakes Bob up. Big if, I know. But, and like, completely, doesn't necessarily completely stop an ultimate like Tac Visor or Dragon Blade, but it significantly hinders them, even if you only stun them for a second with the Sleep Dart, right? So that's a good utility as well. And then Nano Boost is the other big part of why Ana is so good, because Nano Boost is great for 2 different reasons. It has a very strong offensive use and an extremely strong defense use at the same time, makes it a very versatile ultimate. As well as being extremely quick to charge, just because healing ultimates charge very quickly, especially if the hero gets to also contribute to damage. See Moira for an example of that, right? So, Nano Boost, you can use it to save somebody when somebody did something extremely stupid, or if that person's just getting focused really well. They don't necessarily have to have done something stupid. How many times have you been about to kill Reinhardt, and then Ana Nano boosted him, and then threw the healing grenade on him, and then suddenly Reinhardt just killed the 3 people that were trying to dive on him, right? How many times have you seen that happen? And it can happen with other heroes as well, right? But, so it has this great defensive utility to it as well, but as well as this extremely strong offensive use. It just sets up win conditions. Nano Blade is still one of the scariest ultimates in the entire game. You know, Dragon Blade is a very good ultimate. Nano Boost makes it... Like, Nano Blade is like a 9 out of 10 ultimate. Comboed with Nano Boost is like an 11 out of 10 ultimate. It's absolutely disgusting how strong Nano Blade is, right? So, that's the other cool thing about Nano Boost. Very strong defensive utility, very strong offensive utility. Sets up win conditions for you. And it doesn't even need to be a combo either. It can just be the hero. Like, the obvious ones are like your Nano Boost, the Dragon Blade, the Barrage, the Tac Visor, the Deadeye. But you don't have to. Just like a Nano Boosted Winston is extremely scary, because he just jumps in the backline and he's gonna kill them really fucking fast, right? Don't Nano Boost Primal Rage, though. Extremely bad. Seems like it should be really good, actually really bad. Don't combo Primal Rage with Nano Boost. And just, like, Reinhardt's really good. Diva's pretty good. Roadhog is pretty good. Reaper is really good. Like, you don't need to combo with these people. They're good nano boosted by themselves. So, these are the reasons that Ana is very good. Like, these methods of input, other people don't have. Mercy just flatly can't have this kind of impact on a game, right? You can still carry a game as Mercy. You can still carry a game as Zenyatta. Yeah, sure, whatever, you know. There's empirical evidence of this happening, but I should have said empirical data, which would be the video evidence of this happening. So don't get it twisted. You can still carry as anybody, but Ana just has more ways of carrying than other people do. And the big ones are Nano Boost and Bio Grenade. Mostly Bio Grenade, but Nano Boost is also really good. And then the other thing she has, just nice to have. It is just nice to be able to kill a DPS in 3 shots, right? Regardless of where you hit him. 3 shots in the toe, motherfucker died, right? But yeah, that's why Ana is so good. She just has an insane amount of utility, essentially. Because that's always what it's been with supports. It's never been about healing output, right? The best way to put it is the role isn't healer, right? The role is support. Supports heal. Healing is a method of support, but it is not the only method of support. And it has always been about the utility. If you're playing Lucio, you're trying to use speed boost as much as you can. If you're playing Mercy, you're trying to use damage boost as much as you can, right? It's never been about raw healing output. If it was, there'd never be any reason to pick anyone other than Moira, because she has the highest healing output bar none. But it's not about that. It's about the utility they bring. Moira does still bring utility, by the way. The utility is Moira has tremendous amounts of self-peel. As well as, so you just don't have to worry about Moira, right? If you've got an Ana on your team, you have an obligation to try and help the Ana, because there are certain situations, i.e. being Dove, that Ana's just not favored in, and you have to help her. You do not have to help Moira in that kind of situation. Winston jumped on me? Goodbye, right? I leave. I can't leave right now. I use Healing Orb and sip him. And now he will never kill me. Genji's trying to kill me? We'll fucking see about that, right? Like, that's the thing that Moira brings. As well as being very good at keeping the other healer alive, right? Like, Moira's good at keeping herself alive, but how many times have you also been in a situation where you're playing like Winston or something, and you jump on Ana, and then Moira's just stood off on the side? No, stop. Live, my son, right? And the Ana, you can't kill the Ana. You just can't. Moira's healing output is too high to kill the Ana. So then you are left with the choice of switching to the Moira, which you also know will not work, because Moira's already really good at surviving, and the other healer's right there, right? So that's the other utility. That's the utility Moira brings. Tremendous self-peel, as well as pretty good peel for the other support. Not really peel, like she's not going to get the person off of them, but she will save them in a lot of situations, right? So yeah, anyway, getting off topic. That's why Ana is so good. I guess we'll wait for this game to end, right? We got 3 minutes left. I guess we should wait for this game to end before we, so we can, you know, see the output. You'll see these videos in, like, a few days anyway, but, you know. It feels weird to just stop before the end of the game, you know? Although, to be fair, also, we kind of infer we probably don't win this game, right? Unless we stomp them real fucking hard right now. We have to stomp them really hard in the next few seconds for this one to work out. Which, you know, it could happen. It's not impossible. So, fuck, what do we talk about now, though, dude? Usually I talk about the fighting game that we're playing that nobody cares about except for me, but I can talk about at a great length because fighting games encourage that kind of behavior from people where you know things to an obsessive degree. Which I still do, but I don't have the game in front of me to prompt it, right? I have significantly less to say about Overwatch, to be honest with you. You know, we're playing Ashe right now. Ashe is kind of a weird hero, right? Feels really weird to aim on Ashe compared to other hit scan heroes, doesn't it? I don't know. I don't know what it is about Ashe, right? Like, I have decent aim on, like, the hit scan heroes, but, like, Ashe is really fucking hard to aim on, dude. I don't know what it is. There's just something about it that's weird. I don't know how to describe that feeling other than it's weird. Thankfully, we have Bob. Bob can never miss. Bob's great. Bob is a bigger, stronger version of Soldier 76. Also, the Dynamite is a really good ability as well. Honestly, if you get hit by the Dynamite, you should really treat that as the same way as if you got hit by Bio Grenade, right? Where you're suddenly tremendously afraid of doing anything. Because the Dynamite... Yo, Dynamite's a pretty good ability, dude. It makes it a lot easier to kill people when they're on fire, right? How many times have you been like, I could maybe kill that guy, but then you see he's on fire, and you're like, oh, I can definitely kill this guy, right? It just makes it so much easier. If you're hit by the Dynamite, you should be afraid. You should treat that like getting hit by Bio Grenade. It's obviously not as bad as getting hit by Bio Grenade, but you should treat it the same way. Yeah, delete Doomfist, please. You know, that's still a statement that I stand by. That CC nerf on Reinhardt is pretty noticeable. Played some Reinhardt earlier today, and true enough, you know, they reduced the CC on Earthshatter. There were situations where I'm like, I couldn't kill that guy. I know I could have done if this was pre-nerf, though, right? Certain setups I've been in before, where I'm like, I've got time to do this, that, and the other. It just doesn't work anymore. You just don't have enough time to do it, as you would have done previously. Pretty noticeable. Yeah. Doesn't really seem that bad with the other ones. Like, Flashbang, you know, it got lowered, but... it doesn't really, like, convey to me as being as big as, like, the Earth Shatter nerf, really. McCree players probably feel differently on that matter. I play Reinhardt, so obviously I'd feel that way on the Reinhardt matter, right? People who play against Reinhardt a lot are probably like, man, I get hit by Earth Shatter, I still die. As the Reinhardt player, I'm like, shit, I couldn't kill that guy. You know? It's always the way, right? And you don't, if you play the hero, you know. If you don't play the hero, yeah, you don't know, really. Anyway, there you go. So thank you very much for watching. If you did, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. More than happy to answer. If you have your own question that you're dying to know the answer to, please join the Discord and ask it. We have a channel set up. It doesn't really have to be about Overwatch. It can be about whatever you want. But, you know, I guess that's kind of why we're here. Unfortunately, what a terrible game. Anyway, so I started streaming on Twitch Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, 8 PM EST to 11 EST. There's a link to the channel in the description. And if you managed to make it all the way through the video and somehow still enjoyed it, please like the video and subscribe for more content of middling quality in the future. And I hope you found the video helpful.